Hey guys, so this video is for all the fellow traders and investors who've invested in the crypto markets and right now they're shit scared. Their portfolios are down by 60, 70, 80% and they don't know what to do. They don't know where Bitcoin is headed, they don't know where the altcoins are headed. When is the alt season gonna start? They are right now in a place wherein they don't know exactly what is happening with their assets. Also, they are very scared if they should sell it off right now or they should buy more, right? This is a mass psychology of the overall retail space of crypto investors. So today I'll be addressing all of these points in this video. Obviously this video will be a little bit longer than the usual videos that you're used to seeing. It's not a 5-10 minute video, but then I promise you this will give you a lot of great insights on what the crypto market is gonna do next. Okay, so let me start off with a very small story, and then later on I'll move on to the charts, giving proper technical analysis supporting the story. Okay, so to start, if assume you are a person whose pockets are so deep that it pretty much has, like, you pretty much have unlimited wealth. Okay, now imagine you also have unlimited power. Unlimited power in the sense you have complete influence over the news, you have complete influence over the funds, over hedge funds, over big investors, over celebrities. Everybody has to listen to you. Okay? If you are in that position and you want to buy crypto now, do you think you will be buying crypto at more rates, or would you want to buy crypto at the bottommost rates? So this is the situation currently. Trump, being the biggest advocate of the whole crypto industry, he has promised that him with the US government are gonna buy crazy amount of cryptos, right? In value terms, Bitcoin itself, the government of USA is planning to buy 1 million Bitcoins. Okay, so imagine the kind of volumes they'll be buying in altcoins. And they've already announced they're gonna buy altcoins like XRP, Sol, Ethereum. They wanna buy ADA, that is Cardano too. So in this scenario, if all of these assets are going to be bought by these US agencies and big hedge funds, do you really think that they'll be buying it at anything more than the best, like the bottommost it can go to, right? I mean, if I would have that kind of power, I will do anything and everything to manipulate the price to fall tremendously, right? I have the power of news, I have the power of market makers, everybody is in my favor, right? So what personally I would do is I would make the price fall extremely low, and that is where I will accumulate all my freaking assets. Also, one more rule that he had put in the clause of the US stockpile or digital gold initiative, they've clearly written in the document that they are never gonna sell. So imagine if you're buying to never sell, wouldn't you want it to be at the bottommost rates? Correct? So if we are very sure that, obviously we're very sure that Trump is gonna accumulate shitloads of crypto. The US government is coming in and telling you openly that we are gonna buy crypto like anything. Also, imagine the whole world technically is just following USA in everything they're doing, right? So don't you think all the countries and all the big corporations will also follow Trump and USA in overall buying the whole crypto assets, correct? So if everybody is buying it, do you think this industry is gonna go somewhere? I don't think so. If everybody is buying it with the intention to never sell, the bull run that is gonna come after this bear run is gonna be epic. Is gonna be something like we've never seen before, right? Usual crypto bull runs is just like a year and a half. That's the most it goes to. But then this time the bull run that we'll see will be at least a 3 to 5 year bull run. Okay, and I say this with utmost confidence that this is gonna play out like exactly like this. So right now, if you're thinking that fundamentals are phenomenal, Trump and the whole narrative around it is phenomenal, don't you think the prices are being manipulated for all of us to panic sell and give them our assets for cheap? Does it make sense, right? If Because the stock they're asking to buy is not unlisted stock, it is actually held by all the retail investors currently. So they want to take these assets from our hands to their hands. So obviously they are gonna make it dirt cheap and make people panic sell these assets and give them these assets for pretty much free. And what will happen next? Once they have accumulated the target of assets they want to buy, for example, if the running supply of an asset is 100 total coins, okay, don't you think they will at least buy 10% of it? If they are claiming out there that they're going to make the largest stockpile in the world, I'm sure they'll be at least buying 10% of the overall supply. So if they're going to do that, that in itself will tell you that this is the base price of that asset. For example, if um, the government comes in and accumulates ETH at, let's say, $1,000 each coin, right? Don't you think that $1,000 becomes the base currency or the base price of that asset? And now the only thing left is for it to go up and up and up and up, because the asset will hit supply shock. So shock is a concept which means that the total available supply of an asset goes so low that people are in a frenzy, in a very big frenzy, to buy off these assets. Okay, they will buy it at any rate you give them. For example, you've seen gold being in a supply shock in the past probably 2 years. Price has almost tripled in the last 2 years. So that in itself shows that people are willing to buy gold at any rate you give them. They are not stopping. So this was my narrative or the idea behind it. So now let's go to the charts and let us see what does the alt chart look like in with respect to the concept that we've talked about or the theory that we've talked about. So now I'll be sharing my screen. So here is my screen. Currently we are looking at LTC chart. Okay, LTC is Litecoin chart. Okay, so what we see here is that price has very fairly and squarely accumulated without a lot of liquidity hunts, right? There's very high liquidity in this area. And let's say if Trump is announcing that LTC is gonna be in the stockpile, another fall that takes off this liquidity, I'll just show you how much the fall, like how much can it fall at least, right? So this is a good liquidity area that I see. So this could be the first barrier to fall even more lower, right? This is 35%. Okay, and the lowest I think it can go is about 49 to 50% from here. This is obviously a speculative move, but I will also, in the end of the video, I will actually show you exactly how do we catch bottoms and how will we together catch the crypto bottom this season. Okay, so stay tuned till the end of the video. I don't want you guys to miss out on this. Okay, so now if you see, it can clearly fall this much, and I don't think that will be a big deal. Looking at the Sol chart, okay, Solana chart, what we see here is this is a monthly chart of Solana. Okay, we saw a clear rally from almost $16 to almost $295. This was a clear one big bull run. Okay, but now most of the people will think that price is gonna go up from this demand zone or whatever you call it. You can call it a support or however you see charts, right? But what we can clearly see is that this low holds all the stop losses that have come in the next 3 months, right? everybody who's buying sol in these 3 months is going to put their stop loss over here. And if you guys understand basics of liquidity, you guys know that price has to take inner liquidity or internal liquidity before going to external liquidity. So I am for sure that this is the price that Solana will have to at least go below before taking on or starting the next run. So these areas become very important for us to be active in Solana, right? We want to see what price does when it is approaching these zones, and after that where is it heading towards. Okay, if we see any change of character, or you see the bullish characters getting into the price action, you have to buy here, and your targets will be massive. This high is gonna be a couple months or three months in the run, right? Only 3-4 candles will get you to this high, and after that it can go to any levels. We cannot obviously predict how high it can go, but then I can at least see 100 to 200% return over these highs. So that is about 300. So 300 to 900 should be a piece of cake. Okay, so this is the sol chart. Now I'll give you a very interesting data insight that no one is talking about. And this particular data insight needs you to be an expert to understand by yourself. Okay, so now I'm giving you that secret formula by which you can actually predict the bottom of a alt season, right? Bottom of a alt season in the sense that that will be the lowest the altcoins will go to, and from there we'll see a one-sided move to the upside. So let me show you now the chart of Bitcoin dominance. Okay, this is a very interesting chart. And what does it show? It basically shows the power of Bitcoin versus overall altcoins. Okay, so it is just Bitcoin against all the altcoins in the world. Okay, probably there are more than 6,000 coins in altcoins. So this chart shows you the ratio of strength by which Bitcoin moves against the altcoins. So I'll just quickly show you the chart over here and make you understand how does it play out or work out. Okay, so in the past we've clearly seen that Bitcoin, whenever comes to the 70% area, okay, the 70% dominance area, it gives it starts the fall of Bitcoin dominance. And when Bitcoin dominance falls, it is saying that altcoins are getting way more stronger than what? Bitcoin, right? So now we've seen it fall once, we've seen it fall twice, we've seen it fall the third time, we've seen it fall the fourth time, and now we are almost approaching the $70 the 70% range. Okay, we are right now at 61%. So another about 10% upside on the Bitcoin dominance is very much likely. Okay, and this 10% move can literally tell us that Bitcoin, the altcoins are gonna fall another 10, 20, 30% maybe from the current levels. Okay, so if we can clearly see that altcoins are gonna fall, we as investors and smart investors, we have to wait. Firstly, hold our bags, we don't have to sell. Secondly, we have to wait for another 20-30% fall in order to average out or buy more quantity. Okay, this is what I am planning for myself. This is not financial advice in any form, but these kind of insights actually takes years of experience to gather. Okay, it has taken me about 6 years to come to this point wherein I can see it so clearly. So I am in a way putting it out here so that you guys in future know that this is how it plays out. And I also get some social credibility in the sense that this is the analysis that I put out maybe a year, 2 years earlier than it happened. So I am more confident when it is happening the next time because I called it out live publicly before it happened, way advanced than anybody could think of. Okay, so now what are we seeing in the Bitcoin dominance chart? Price has bounced off 64%. Right now it is at 61%. Okay. What we've seen in the character of price from 58%, right? Whenever it has hit the 58% level, let's mark 58%. Okay. So what we see is whenever price is moving from 58%, and where does it stop? It goes to 72 to 73%, right? It goes in an impulse price action. You've always seen that from here to here, ठीक है, 58% से लेके 72% तक एक impulse price दिखता है. तो यहाँ पे I'm assuming that it will take another 3 months for the alt season to bottom out, the altcoins to bottom out. In another 3 months, Bitcoin dominance will be around 68 to 72% का range. And that is when we will buy big bags again. So the first time we bought the alts was around this area. Last year's October-November region, this is where we bought big bags. We saw this fall in Bitcoin dominance. My portfolio rose by about 100% before again continuing to fall, and now it is down about 30 to 40% from my original investment. So from a 100% rise to a 40-50% fall, this is where we are sitting at. Like, this is where we are right now. I am understanding on the basis of the Bitcoin dominance chart is that it will fall another 10, 15, 20% easily. But that is when the Bitcoin dominance chart will top out and the alts will bottom out. And historically, if you see, the bull run is just a couple of months. Okay? After it bottoms out, to go to the top, it only takes a few months. So you've seen it here. Okay, 1-2 months. Again, it comes to 72 region. 1, 2, 3, 4 months. Again, in this fall, we've seen it in like 7, 8, 10 months at max. So this is a very sharp move to the downside, which means the alts would have moved very sharply to the upside. So this is what I'm then expecting. Price will come in this region and give us the fall in BTC dominance and a historic bull run in the in the altcoins to another level, guys. You guys don't understand how crazy that move will be, and I'm very much excited for that move from today. So this is what I have concretely summarized in my mind, that this is how I am planning for the move. And any of you guys, if you think that you want to become a trader, investor, and actually make big money from the markets, this is how you gotta think. Okay, that's how much in advance you have to plan for events, so that when they actually come, you are prepared. You are prepared with capital, you are prepared with confidence, you are prepared with a trading plan of exactly how you want the events to play out in order for you to make money. So this was my overall analysis. Let me just see if I have missed out on anything. Okay, I feel I have covered everything I wanted to share with you guys. So just to summarize, I have told you about exactly how the Trump narrative is, how the government is involved, what will a person do when he has unlimited money and power and he wants to accumulate the majority supply of the market, right? Exactly, I've told you that Trump has unlimited power to make any coin or any token fall, and then he will accumulate it. And then I showed you exactly how does that technically correlate with the BTC dominance chart, and how do we see BTC dominance chart play out after it has given the fall in the altcoins, right? As soon as we see the historic fall or a very big fall in altcoins, we will see the Bitcoin's dominance chart topping out, and that is where we'll execute our buys for the second time. And when we buy there, we're not going to sell for another 3 to 5 years. I assure you, you will make 10x, 20x, maybe more in the overall bull run that will last for the next 3 to 5 years. So thank you so much, guys, if you've tuned in till now. I am sure this analysis will help you out tremendously. Okay, this might change your life. This can actually give you the kind of money that can change the trajectory of your trading journey. And I hope it does. I dearly hope it does for you and for me. So, if you liked my analysis, if you've liked the information and the insights I've shared with you, do subscribe to this channel right now, because I'm going to come up with more and more videos just like this, and I'm going to give you exactly what I know from my 6 to 7 years of experience. So thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, goodbye.